Lost some friends when they seen the fame come. No one who had your back, I was the main one. Knowing I'm the one, homie. Now we don't run, homie. Mama making sure I keep my gun on me. One up top, I might have my son on me. Ready for action, can't be no dumb, homie. Saying we family, then why you come for me? You was my doggy, but then you changed on me. Had an umbrella back when it rained on me. Charge it to the game, homie. Cut you off, now you can't put the blame on me. When you come around, I'm not the same, homie. Why? Mama would tell me be careful, cause they not your friends. Be careful with them hoes, they want your ends. I love you, mama. When I got that call, they said I lost my best friend. I grabbed my gat, young nigga had to spin. I had to spin. I told everybody I'm about to make it off rap. Fat boy, the only one that had my back. I love you, nigga. Niggas is tired of running laps, no cap. I put my whole hood on the map. Fact, it's a dub. I ain't coming through your club and get my pole in it. Fans started choosing cause I'm cold with it. Hating from these old niggas. Took a couple losses, I just roll with it. Game needed life, I put my soul in it. It's a dub. I ain't coming through your club and get my pole in it. Fans started choosing cause I'm cold with it. Hating from these old niggas. Took a couple losses, I just roll with it. Game needed life, I put my soul in it. Staring in your eyes, know this shit just not the same. Got me fighting tears and holding back this pain. I love you, girl. Tell me that you love me. Got me stuck up in your game. Nobody had my back when it rained. I know you won't. You see a nigga flashing when I'm up. Yeah, I'm the same one. But who gon' hold it down when the rain come? Better yet, the pain come. Lost some friends when they seen the fame come. No one who had your back. I was the main one.
What? Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, what's really going on out here? We got this Jay-Z situation. We got a lot of stuff going on right now. It's your boy, what's up, G. And I am the best reporting on hip-hop and entertainment. What's going on out here? We got Nicki snapping out on... She ain't even snap out. She crashed out. She completely crashed out. Let's see, chat. What's going on with Nicki Minaj? What's really going on with Nicki Minaj? We got Nicki over here. Let's see what's going on with her ex. Now, this is Nicki's ex right here. Is this why he was trending the other day? I don't know. To God be the glory. It says, Jay-Z is trending because the judge has granted Ramir a request to move forward with his case, and the judge has demanded Jay-Z to respond to Ramir's paternity lawsuit by July 18th. Jay-Z. Oh, man. So, we've been hearing about this for years, though. We've been hearing about it. It's all been alleged. But we've been hearing about Jay-Z having a son out there for like a long time. Like, this is like... I was hearing about Jay-Z having another son back when I was in school. And they saying he could potentially have a son. Y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that. It say TSR fell for the plot. Nicki really baited them. I don't think y'all understand. It say Barbs, let's trend. Jay-Z again before I go to Twitch or Kick. Oh man. So she just went off. She just popped off on Jay-Z. I mean, Jay-Z been doing a lot of things that I know of in the game. That's kind of, interesting, but that's not here nor there. You get what I'm saying? When you're dealing with Nicki, she got her own fan base. She got her own Barbs, and they just, It say being a bi man doesn't give any woman the right to grind on or have S in front of you. I remember seeing someone grinding on their hairstylist and seemed so uncomfortable. Now, right here, I think she's talking about Megan Thee Stallion. This is a Megan Thee Stallion situation right here. For sure. Make sure I drop a like on this. But yeah, this is about Megan Thee Stallion. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But let's finish up about this Jay-Z and Desiree Perez situation. Now, right here, she reposted. Pound Jay-Z, touch not the anointed. It didn't say touch not my informant and legal shark. Now, it's been well documented that Desiree Perez is a rat, maybe the biggest rat that you can find in hip hop or all of entertainment, and that's Jay-Z's right hand man. So Jay-Z's right hand man is a rat. So that's just a fact. Nicki just going in on him. It said we've calculated about 100 to 200 million so far. Jay-Z called me to settle this karmic debt. It's only collecting more interest. You still in my top 5 though. Let's get it. Anyone still calling him Hov will answer to God for the blasphemy. I don't know. What do that? What do Hov meaning mean? Hov meaning. Meaning. Of Hov. Do Hov mean? I just want to say Hov. Full meaning of Hov. A roadside vehicle. A reference to Jehovah, one of God's names. Oh, so he basically saying he's God. So Jay-Z's name, Hov, is basically saying he's God. Okay. Now, also with this karmic debt that she talking about, what Nicki's actually alluding to, or what she said happened was, she was saying that she actually invested in Tidal. And when Jay-Z sold Tidal, he didn't give her any parts of the money that, is sold for, something to that degree, allegedly. And she said she still wanted her money. She said nobody actually got paid for the sale of Tidal, which is crazy. Make sure y'all drop a like on this. Let me know who in the building. But yeah, so which is crazy though. Like imagine Tidal. I think he sold Tidal. How much did Jay-Z sell Tidal for? Jay-Z sold Tidal for something crazy. And if you remember with Tidal, everybody had bought a piece of Tidal. Like when all the celebrities came over to Tidal, everybody got a piece, like some stock in Tidal. Well, all the celebrities that bought the stock in Tidal, when they sold Tidal, they then turned around and said that they actually didn't get paid for the stocks that they bought in Tidal. How much did Jay-Z sell Tidal for? Let's see. I'm not interested. All right. So it's saying Jay-Z sold Tidal for $302 million. Yeah, that's crazy. So she's saying she never got paid for that. All right, let's keep going, y'all. It said, I'm going to use some of the money Jay-Z owes me to send some of my barbs to college, pay their school fees and student loans via my Student of the Game charity. Depose Desiree. So right now she going in on Desiree Perez, calling her Desiree. I actually like that. This is Nicki. She a rapper, so she actually gonna call her what she want to call her. Yeah, right here she calling her Desiree, which is wild though, which is super wild. And say if you get a message to post hate or lies today on any platform, I advise you to say no. They won't cover your legal fees. Just today alone, we've added 5 blogs and 5 content creators. I hope you got a lot of money saved up. Hope it's worth losing everything, including your account. That's crazy. But actually, I'm kind of for that because Roc Nation do the same thing to everybody else. Let's talk about it. So yeah, like if you say anything about Roc Nation, they gonna try to send lawyers and cease and desist and all that stuff at you. So basically, what Nicki's saying is she got the right to speak on these people. And what alleged Roc Nation does, as soon as you speak on them, they're going to send a bunch of blogs and stuff like that. We seen that with TSR, the Shade Room. The Shade Room is actually compromised. The Shade Room might as well be called Roc Nation, the way that they only do certain things a certain way. But let's keep going. It says, laugh out loud, this isn't going to go the way they intended. Every time you try to get the attention on me for your own financial gain, it'll go back on the things you don't want it to. Oh, and there's a lot more. Trust, it's all fun and games until I want to play too. So she's saying where should she go? Kick or Twitch. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, I think Roc Nation is in bed with Twitch a little bit. So she's better off going to Kick, if you ask me. It say the judge granted a single deposition of Desiree Perez, but is limited to 3 hours within the next 2 weeks. right now is checking her calendar, but says she should be available, but will let the court know if she can't make it. So Desiree Perez is actually being subpoenaed to do a deposition by the courts. But from what I understand, she keeps pushing it back with her lawyers, trying not to do the deposition, which is crazy. Which is, what allegedly the same thing Jay-Z is doing with this kid of his, where like the court dates just keep getting pushed back. I'm not saying it's his kid, I don't know, but and I got other opinions on these things. It's just we dealing with Rock Nation. They like to send subpoenas at people and stuff like that. So we gotta keep everything alleged while dealing with these people. So up here, Nicki going off saying, "Dear Jay-Z and Desiree." Yo, that's crazy. Desiree is crazy. Desiree is crazy. Desiree is crazy. It's a "Dear Jay-Z and Desiree, you ruined hip hop." That's debatable. You ruined football. That's debatable. I don't really like the way they did football though. What Jay-Z did with the football situation is it kind of let me know that like, they're not really for black people. Just the way that they went about that. There was speculation that Jermaine Dupri actually wanted to do the football situation with the NFL, and Jay-Z told him not to, and then Jay-Z went and took the job. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know the NFL was in deep waters with black people in general with the whole Colin Kaepernick situation. So they brought in Jay-Z to kind of smooth it over. And not only did it go away, but Jay-Z ended up just getting money from it, and black people still aren't spoken for in any way during that situation, which is crazy. So you ruined basketball. Now, she might be talking more towards the simple fact that he has not only media companies, but Jay-Z works as an agent. Like Rock Nation also works as agents. So they kind of are building conglomerates in both of those situations. You ruin touring. Now, this is my whole thing about what she's saying, you ruin touring. I do have an opinion on that. A lot of people don't understand. Shout out Miss J. These pushable court dates. Yes. Jay-Z originally got subpoenaed to take this young man's DNA test back in 2011. He's been pushing it back ever since and trying to get rid of it. How do you get subpoenaed for a DNA test since 2011 and you've been pushing it back? I don't even know how you do that. Desiree Perez, she's been subpoenaed for a deposition with the situation with her daughter, and she's telling the court she's too busy. Like, let me go back. Listen to the way she's wording it. It kind of tells you the game she's been playing with the courts. But Desiree Perez is she's a very connected woman. I'll say that. You get what I'm saying? She's very connected. Where's that at? They say the judge granted a single deposition of Desiree Perez, meaning she has to do a deposition, but it is limited to 3 hours within the next 2 weeks. Okay, so this is like another deposition. So they're saying she has to do it within the next 2 weeks. Right now, she is checking her calendar, but says she should be available, but will let the court know if she can't make it. So what you think she gonna do at that deposition? She ain't gonna be able to make it. Let's keep going, y'all. Like that's loading an answer. That's called loading an answer. Like, I'm gonna answer you, but I'm gonna actually leave myself out also. Yeah, Jay-Z's been getting subpoenaed to take this DNA test for this young man since 2011, to my knowledge. So let's get back to this. It said Jay-Z actually ruined touring. I'm gonna say this about him ruining touring, and y'all gotta follow me on this, all right? A lot of people think Rock Nation is a management company or a label. Listen to me, y'all. It's neither one. It was always a front for Live Nation. Rock Nation, Live Nation. You always kind of put the two together, but you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring them both together all the way. Rock Nation is a subsidiary of Live Nation. Live Nation does the touring, and Rock Nation does the artists. So we already seeing a conflict of interest right there. You get what I'm saying? Y'all do the touring, y'all do the artists. Okay. What Live Nation did, and you actually can sit back and notice it now. It's in your city, wherever you watching this from. I know it's happening in your city because I sat back and watched them do it. Live Nation went to each major city around the U.S. and somewhat around the world and bought up all the venues in every city. They own all the venues. So now you can't tour without going through Live Nation. You just can't do it. If you try to do it, artists have tried to do it and they got penalized by Roc Nation. You can't do it. So then they bring in, Live Nation brings in Roc Nation to then get the artists. That's why you'll see artists come through and they almost get streamlined directly into the stadiums. They get streamlined directly into the front of our eyeballs through Live Nation. So this is what she's saying by you ruin touring, because without, like, when you do touring like that, Jay-Z's going to come up, but it's going to ruin it for everybody else, because at that point there is no parity, there's no competition. That means there's only one person you can actually go through for touring. Look it up. Look at all your biggest artists. How are all of them going through Live Nation for touring? That doesn't even make sense, but they have to. Roc Nation is a subsidiary of Live Nation. I don't know if he ruined touring, but he didn't make it good for the next black man. Says you ruin Instagram, you ruin Twitter. The jig is up. I really don't know about those ones, but I know the situation with touring. A lot of people don't know that Roc Nation is a subsidiary of Live Nation. And if you just sit back and look at it, that's a conflict of interest. And yes, Jay-Z is going to come up off of it, but it kind of destroys it for every other artist coming behind them. All right. Her next tweet says, Jay-Z, you let Desiree do a lot of evil to black people and you stayed silent. We used to believe you. You went out sad, Jigga. This is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Desiree, did you get that 40 million? 55 and paying for bots. Oh, Bot Nation. She's not letting up. Now, I felt the same way because if you remember, this is in one of my previous uploads. Desiree Perez whole situation with her daughter, allegedly through her daughter, from what her daughter said. This is none of my words. This is Nicki's words and now in her daughter's words. Her daughter said her mom didn't want her to be with her boyfriend because he's black. She continuously called him the N-word and she didn't like him because he was black. She calls her mom racist. She said she calls the boyfriend or the husband out of his name, calling him the N-word with the hard ER. The daughter said that Desiree Perez don't like black people. But this is Jay-Z's right-hand man. She's a rat and she don't like black people. I don't know. But we gonna call a spade a spade. We ain't just gonna call Nicki crazy. We gonna be fair. We gonna be impartial. Because I seen a couple reactors and I was like, y'all not even being fair to the situation. But you know your boy G, we gotta keep it G on my channel. Like we ain't gonna lie about it. So Nicki then posts, so let me get this straight. Y'all so-called black savior Jay-Z has a Hispanic CEO who was pardoned by President Trump. Don't forget, NBA YoungBoy just got pardoned by President Trump. And I'm gonna show you what he had to call his album since he got pardoned. Yeah, his album is called, what's it called? Yeah, I think it's called Massa. Yeah, his album is called Massa. And you know, NBA YoungBoy, he got the ears of the kids. And he got pardoned by President Trump so he can get back to having the ears of the kids. And his next album is called Massa, and he's going on the Massa tour. Y'all tell me what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But I think NBA YoungBoy is being used as a pawn to lead young males down a path of destruction. And he just got pardoned to get back to what he's supposed to be doing as he goes on the Massa tour after he got pardoned by Donald Trump. All right. I mean, I don't know much. I'm just throwing it out there. Interesting. So does that mean Desiree isn't a Democrat? Black people, I thought y'all hate all Trump supporters. Wait, did Jay-Z ever campaign? Kamala. He's benefited so much from the party. When President Obama gave the speech about brothers, why didn't Jigga Man come out and strongly campaign for the Democratic Party at that time? Could it be that y'all have all been hoodwinked? Woo-wee. That was so kind of the President Trump, and that was so kind of President Obama to passionately go out and campaign. But what did Mr. Jigga Man do to help y'all win the election? He's above speaking out to help his party, or was it not his party? Is it just about who can benefit him and Desiree at the time? Oh, black people, it looks like the Jigga Man and Desiree played y'all once again. The jig is up. Oh man, it says Desiree, were you out marching with your fellow Mexican immigrants? Oh right, you were pardoned by President Trump, so you kind of can't, right? I mean, it kind of implies you guys are cool with him while y'all seem to pretend to be against him. Or are y'all not his friend either? Anyway, just like Diddy. I mean, if somebody pardoned me, we'd be friends for life. You've done so much evil to black people. Now you've turned your back on your own as well, it seems. Don't you guys over there keep black artists fighting while you sit back and benefit from both parties? If I had gotten a pardon from President Trump, imagine the uproar. Yet the Rock Nation CEO does it, and yup, you guessed it, silence. Black people, until you speak on this, you can never, ever. I wonder how Desiree thanked President Trump for that kind gesture. Got a Hispanic woman allegedly calling her son-in-law a Nigger. Like I said, and this Jay-Z right-hand man under the protection of y'all so-called black savior while y'all sat around making them rich. That's your man, Jay-Z. So how come you ain't saying nothing to her? She using a hard ER. She don't like black people, right? Yeah, Miss J. It's called the Massa album. He came out with this album after he got pardoned by President Trump. He got to get back to his work on our on the black kids. Let's keep going. Jay came out to perform recently once that legal stuff started. You see? Yeah, it say Jay came out to perform once that legal stuff started coming out when Obama was pleading for brothers to vote for Kamala. The richest of and most influential black rapper was nowhere to be found. Maybe I'm forgetting. I don't know. Did he say even one word? It seemed like an urgent request by the tone of Obama's speech, yet Brother Billionaire never got in the field for y'all, huh? When y'all needed him the most after all that money he made off the Democratic Party. Yeah, I didn't see him out there standing with Kamala. Come to think about it, he never said anything about Kamala. And he definitely benefited from Obama. So did he, maybe he went from Democrat and now he a Republican. Or maybe he got to be a Republican because his racist CEO partner just got pardoned by Trump. I don't know what's going on. I mean, alleged racist. I don't know. It's alleged. It's all alleged. And say, guess who just got a brand new weird case? I guess she's about to learn the law now. And right here, I think she's talking about the Megan Thee Stallion situation. Megan Thee Stallion got a real weird case right now. A really weird case. Nicki said, I hope the money stolen from my tour was hidden really well. I'd hate for there to be money laundering, embezzlement. She probably had to go on tour with Rock Nation. Like she right at everybody right now. But honestly, like they trying to paint her as like crazy. She's not lying. She's just telling her truth. She ain't going for it. And honestly, she got more balls than most of the men in the game right now. We gonna keep it all the way a bean. She got more balls than most of the men in the rap game. Because this is all the truth and this is what's been happening. You know, I study the game and I just been sitting back watching. But this is really what's been going on in the game. She's not lying about really nothing so far. It say, thank you to all the judges and lawyers who have helped my family and me. God bless you for doing what you could to protect my son. I won't forget. Thank you to everyone at Republic for being amazing to me and helping me to get back in the studio for Pink Friday 2. She about to step on Jay-Z and drop an album, huh? United Justice Coalition. Now it say, let's not forget who sits on the United Justice Coalition Advisory Board. Jay-Z, head of Rock Nation, Desiree Perez, the CEO, Alex Spiro, a self-described crisis control expert. Then there's Tamika and Charlemagne of the Breakfast Club shows. Clear bias whenever Rock Nation artists or topics come up, which explains why he pushes one-sided narratives. So hold up, is Charlemagne the God on this? With connections like these, it's no surprise people question how much influence they have over the justice system and media stories. Now, this is one of the, if not the best lawyers or attorneys in America, which is crazy. And they are on the same team. Hold on, let me see. United Justice Coalition. So this is the United Justice Coalition. We got Gayle King, Charlemagne the God, Jay-Z, Desiree Perez, Alex Spiro, the best attorney in the U.S. Yeah, that's a strong cast of people. I don't know. That's a lot of control in the world right now. Yeah, so Nicki basically been calling them out, going off on them. And we're going to look at a little situation with my man Flacco, because Flacco was actually speaking on it too. And I actually liked some of the things he was saying on this subject. We're going to watch this real quick. Yo, it's getting hot in my room right now. I got to turn the air conditioner on. It's like super hot, like super duper hot.
The Rock Nation CEOs Jay-Z and Desiree Perez just woke up to the worst possible news ever. Both Jay-Z and Desiree Perez are currently involved in lawsuits with their children and or alleged children of theirs that's literally going to define their legacy. It's gonna make or break their careers. The allegations in these lawsuits are so insane and crazy that depending on the results, these people could be finished, done, cooked. Jay-Z on one hand is
Look, Miss J, that's what I'm saying. They going to paint her as crazy. That is usually what happens when somebody comes out and says their truth, because look at that crisis prevention team. Alex Spiro, Charlemagne the God, Jay-Z, and Gayle King. All on the same team. Along with Desiree Perez, who just got pardoned by President Trump. So you can put him on her team too. Like, I mean, that's an all-star cast. If you want to go up against them, that's like going up against the Avengers. And you wondering why they can do whatever they want with the law. You wondering why they move and shake everybody around. Look at who they got backing them. You go to go fight Captain America. He got Iron Man behind him, Spider-Man swinging through the air. Like, hold up. I came for the one-on-one. No. And we wondering why it's always Jay-Z doing something in the background, allegedly. Because he don't look at the people around him. He don't got to move like that. But he can be, allegedly, anybody who's ever met him called him the biggest snake in the world. Come on, we're going to keep going with this.
It accused the father and a child called Ramir with a 15-year-old when he was in his 20s. And he's been dodging and ducking.
Hold up. So it said Jay-Z fathered a child by a female that was, how old was she? How would you say he was?
Father and a child called Ramir with a year-old when he was in his 20s, and he's been dodging and ducking and avoiding a DNA test with Ramir like the plague for almost 5 years now. Taking this DNA test has literally been Jay-Z's worst nightmare. He's been avoiding it and ducking it, which is why the update that took place in court today is gonna.
So if Jay-Z takes his DNA test, which he's been avoiding, from my understanding, and he is the father of Ramir, what happens after that is he then it would also show that he got a 15-year-old pregnant. It would show that he got a 15-year-old pregnant. Let's keep going, y'all. I gotta turn the air conditioner on.
Have Jay-Z up at night for a very long time. Desiree Perez, on the other hand, is being accused of being the CEO of Roc Nation, who deals and signs nothing but black artists. She's been accused of calling her daughter's husband the hard ER. To a lot of y'all, that's nothing. But to be the CEO of a label that deals with nothing but black artists, you're in for a world of trouble if that's proven in court that you did it. She's also being accused of weaponizing the police department to get the daughter's husband locked up multiple times because he's black and she don't like black folks, according to the daughter. She also utilized her connections to get the daughter institutionalized into a mental health hospital, even though she's never been mentally ill. And, you know, she put trackers on the daughter. She put spies to follow the daughter, hired a private investigator, bought a house across the street from the daughter to watch and stalk the daughter. So these are the accusations that she's currently enduring. Just like how Jay-Z been avoided that DNA test like the plague, Desiree Perez has been avoiding deposition like the plague. She's been filing motion after motion after motion, telling the judge, yo, I'm a CEO, I'm very busy, I can't be deposed. This is very damaging to my public career. She also got a gag order on the daughter so the daughter can't speak publicly. So Desiree Perez, for some reason, is terrified, scared, having nightmares about being deposed and having that deposition leaked to the public. And she's been trying to hold it off for a while. Well, today, Desiree Perez and Jay-Z both woke up to court orders that are now going to require that they have to face their worst nightmares. But before they could even worry about the court orders that are going to force them to face their worst nightmares, their PR team alerted them that they had an even bigger problem on their hands. They had a Nicki Minaj problem. See, Nicki Minaj woke up today with the objective in mind to expose Jay-Z, Desiree Perez, and Roc Nation. And that took place all on Twitter in front of everybody to see. Her tweets gained over 100 million impressions as she really aired out the things that Roc Nation, Desiree Perez, and Jay-Z don't want out. Nicki Minaj further magnifies something that Jay-Z don't really want to bring attention to, which is the fact that a judge has granted Ramir, this alleged son of Jay-Z, the request to move forward with his case. And the judge has demanded that Jay-Z responds to Ramir paternity lawsuit by July 18th.
I was 7. My mom had to sit down with me. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now, and she been saying Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling him Jay-Z. And I really didn't know who that was because I was young and, you know, had my little brother, and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really, this was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. She continued to tell me that over the years and over the years and over the years, even until I was grown. He never tried to contact me in any type of way, and that's all I'm asking is, like, cause I honestly really want the case to be over with. Like, I've been going through, just like I said, a lot, and as I said, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not trying to do this to make somebody seem like a bad person, a bad father. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life. And
Jay-Z has been avoiding this DNA test like the plague because Jay-Z is writing off Ramir and his family as cloud chasers and as liars, and they're people who are wasting his time. Now, for me specifically, my opinion on this changed once I seen a document from 2011 where they were trying to petition Jay-Z for a DNA test in 2011. These people were so serious or so confident that Jay-Z was the father of Ramir that they had to take away parental rights from the stepdad, like de-establish paternity, in order for them to go after Jay-Z, and they did it. Because at the time, I believe the stepfather was stepping in, you know, took like parental rights, took guardianship of the son. So because of that, the court is saying, yo, he already has a father. There's no legal avenue here for us to demand that Jay-Z step up. They took away those rights from the stepdad, Robert Graves to make sure that Jay-Z can get served or they can go after Jay-Z. That's how serious these people are, bruh. Jay-Z's former artist, Oshino, he actually spoke.
And that's crazy right there. So the mom and the son are so definite that Jay-Z is the father. The stepfather was stepping in, being the father of Ramir. And when he went to go after Jay-Z to get the DNA test, the court said, no, this is your father. And they said, no, it's not. The court said, well, to go after Jay-Z for this DNA test, he would have to step down as your father. He stepped down as his father off the birth certificate and everything, just so they can get the right person in Jay-Z. That's a lot of work. That's a lot going on. That's a lot of everything. Since 2011, that's crazy. Let's keep going.
To Ramir, and he actually received more information on this that have convinced Oshino that Jay-Z is the father.
Did you see, I think the girl like Tasha K, she had a joint Jay-Z son on there?
Oh, his alleged son?
No. If you talk to him personally, that's his son.
You think that's his son?
Yeah. You know what I think his son? First of all, Jay-Z offered him money. At first he offered him bread, like, and everything, but his aunt, this is like his caretaker didn't like approve of it. She said, no, Jay-Z got a lien on her house, all type of shit that was going on. Yeah, the lady put up paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean, but Young Boy's so thorough though, he just want a dad. He not trying to get no money, he not trying to do none of that. I mean, that's why, so I told him when he called me 2 years ago, I said, listen, I don't want to be the one to tell your story because they're going to think I'm trying to catch rep off of it. So let me let you tell your story somewhere else first, I mean, then I can talk about it. But he called me like 2 years ago telling me like, I mean, I said, oh, young boy. He's like, I just want a dad. I don't want no money. I'm already 18. I think he was like 20-something at the time. I mean, but something happened to him, and I was like, yo, that sounds kind of weird. He said he was coming out from work, going to work, and it was a gun in his car. Like when he opened the door, he seen the gun. He said so he went to go like call his man, like, yo, did you leave a gun in my car? His man's like, no. He said, why you on the phone talking to his man? The cops pull up and lock him up. He said, he told the cops, no, that's not my guns. Like, so he went in the building he was in, and they seen somebody pulled up and put the guns in his car. Oh. And pulled off. I said, bro, I don't know nobody in the hood that got guns to just waste like that to do that. I don't know what. He's like, yeah, so like Jay-Z had a gag order against him, like trying to get a gag order and trying to. If my thing is, if it's not my son, I'll just take a test, get over it. Yeah. I mean, the fact that you did adoption and whatever, to me, I don't know. I think his mom was underage or something when he was born, so I think that's probably.
Oh. I haven't seen the lien, the paperwork, or nothing in regards.
So he said the aunt had said no. And Oskino said this. Jay-Z put a lien on her house. And then also said a weird story that he put a gun, he put the blicky in his car. But this is the type stuff of the stories that we actually hear that Jay-Z does. These are the stories that I hear. I'm not saying they true. These are the stories I hear. And it's crazy the way that Rock Nation be coming after creators to the point where I gotta say alleged and all this other stuff because they be coming after us creators. They'll come after me as a creator with $1 million lawyer. They'll send Alex Shapiro at me for just reacting. So I got to make sure I react in the right way with Rock Nation. So y'all going to hear me correcting a lot of stuff because they'll send Alex Shapiro at me. Oh, God. What are you trying to hide? Let's keep going, y'all.
The Jay-Z offering a settlement to this kid. But if this is true, if this kid has paperwork, has proof.
What'd you say, Miss J? He did an interview on Tasha K. It was mentioned there that Jay-Z sued him. Yeah, and this is all what Tasha K and Oskino said. He put a lien on their crib. He bought the deed and come on, bro. And tried to put a gag order on him. Same teeth and everything. This is nasty. Let's keep going, y'all.
That Jay-Z is offering a settlement, offering money to this kid to just go away so he don't have to establish paternity. If that's the case, you now ask yourself, why? Well, the answer is obvious. Why? These two dudes are the answer. These two. Jay-Z have watched what happened with Diddy and watched what happened with R. Kelly. He watched the snowball effect. He watched once one thing comes out, that then leaves room for all your other skeletons to come out. And once everything starts snowballing, you can't stop it. Now the feds involved trying to get you in for something. So there's always been rumors surrounding Jay-Z with Foxy Brown that she wasn't of age. With Beyonce, she was allegedly not of age. So Jay-Z understands what's at stake here. The minute it got proven that Jay-Z is the father of Ramir and that this woman was not of age, and Jay-Z was a fully grown man, once that gets outed, the snowball effect. Everyone at Jay-Z's skeleton is gonna come out. It's gonna be really bad. This is not like a thing that's exclusive to only Jay.
Yeah, you got the alleged. Hold up, let's really sit back and think about Jay-Z for a second. You got the alleged stories of him and Foxy Brown, the alleged stories of him and Beyonce. But wait, there's more. The alleged stories of him and Aaliyah. This is a lot of alleged stuff, man. And he came up and was friends with R. Kelly to the point where they was about to go on tour and he was just best friends with Diddy. It's a lot going on there. So you was allegedly dating Aaliyah when she was underage. You was allegedly dating Beyonce when she was underage. And you was allegedly dating Foxy Brown when she was underage. You was about to go on tour. You was partying and buddy, you dropped a whole album with R. Kelly. That means y'all was kicking it. And you was just best friends with Diddy. I don't know what they say about birds of a feather, but it's a lot going on with whatever birds are over there. We gonna keep going. I don't know. This is all a legend. It's for entertainment.
Bro, celebrities get called in all the time for DNA tests. I think it was like Drake or Yellow Beezy who rapped about it. Bro, Yellow Beezy said, man, listen, bro, I probably take at least like one a year. Drake has rapped about, bro, I have to do DNA tests for women I ain't never slept with. So this is just a thing. As a celebrity, you have to deal with this. So for one man to be avoiding one DNA test for what would appear to be 15 years is kind of sketchy. I don't have enough information to say that Jay-Z is involved here. But now a judge has forced Jay-Z to engage with the lawsuit, to respond to the lawsuit. And now when the lawsuit progresses, a tell-all sign for me would be if Jay-Z chooses to fight this lawsuit for a year instead of just giving his DNA sample to squash it. If Jay-Z chooses that route, that's everything I need to know. As for Desiree Perez, Nicki Minaj reposted a headline that confirmed that she's been called for a deposition in this Megan Thee Stallion case. So this hairstylist, cameraman revealed that Megan Thee Stallion did some horrible things to him. We'll do a full dive on this lawsuit in the future, but this lawsuit is terrible. Like, this dude alleged that Megan Thee Stallion was sleeping or having sex with dudes in front of him, like assaulting him, all type of stuff. So Desiree Perez has been called for a deposition for this. Now, Desiree Perez, for some reason, is terrified of deposition. She's terrified of deposition in the lawsuit with her daughter. She's terrified of deposition in this lawsuit because in deposition, they're going to ask you some things. They're going to really ask you some things that are going to reveal a lot of the answers that we've been looking for. So the headline reads, the judge granted a single deposition of Desiree Perez, but it is limited to 3 hours within the next 2 weeks. RN, which is a nickname for Desiree Perez, Desiree Perez is checking her calendar, but says she should be available, but will let the court know if she can't make it. Desiree does not agree with the time frame and feel it's excessive and says she is a CEO with a busy schedule and want the deposition to be 2 hours. They said her involvement was minimal and the 3 hours is not appropriate. The judge said he didn't have enough information, so that request is denied. He, however, asked Emilio's counsel to conduct the deposition in a good manner and not harass Desiree Perez. Imagine the first question being at that deposition, hey, did you cooperate against the cartel? Imagine having the camera in her face and forcing her to say, yes, I cooperated against the cartel. You wore a wire, right? Yes, I wore a wire. And then get into the other questions regarding, DeMaury Hadley and other things. Nicki will also post to Instagram, wow, Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez is allegedly abusive. Her daughter DeMaury claims her mother held her against her will and was punching her. This is so sad. This not the actions of a concerned mother. Hashtag justice for them. Hashtag justice for the Hadleys. She wouldn't be done with Jay-Z. She would then go back to Jay-Z and she would write, so let me get this straight. Your so-called black savior Jay-Z has a Hispanic CEO who was pardoned by President Trump. Interesting. So does that mean Desiree Rat because she told on the cartel, allegedly, isn't a Democrat? Black people, I thought y'all hate all Trump supporters. Wait, did Jay-Z ever campaign for Kamala? No, he didn't. He benefited so much from the party when President Obama gave the speech about brothers, why didn't Jigga Man come out and strongly campaign for the Democratic Party at the time? Could it be that y'all have all been hoodwinked? LOL. Whoo-wee. That was so kind of President Trump, and that was so kind of President Obama to passionately go out and campaign. But what did Mr. Jigga Man do to help y'all win the election? He's above speaking out to help his party, or was it not his party? Is it just who can benefit him and Desiree at the time? Oh, black people, it looks like the Jigga Man and Desiree played y'all once again. Laugh my A off. The jig is up. I think even Trump supporters got to sit back and think, she does make a good point.
No, that's
When
real.
it's time for Jay-Z to rally black folks, to rally behind whatever black for-profit business he has at the time, he goes against Republicans, he goes against Trump. It's always black power, black this. But then as soon as Jay-Z got that NFL partnership, as soon as Jay-Z got the gig for the NFL, oh, by the way, Jay-Z was who told everyone to boycott the NFL. When somebody else allegedly got the offer to be, in charge of the halftime show, Jay-Z told that person allegedly, do not take the job. We boycott it. Just for Jay-Z to back
Jermaine Dupri. Allegedly, Jermaine Dupri was going to take that job, and Jay-Z told him, no, don't take it.
backstab that person and take the same
That's
job. Right? But as soon as Jay-Z took that job, I haven't heard Jay-Z speak about Republicans or Trump since. It feels like Jay-Z is playing the long game, which you got to respect. You can't hate on it, but she's right for calling it out. It feels like hypocrisy. It feels like a pimping of black pain. You utilize black folks to rally behind you when it's convenient, but when it's time for you to speak up, you don't. And regardless of if you are a Trump supporter or not, you do have to call out the hypocrisy. It's kind of like, I tell y'all, hey, bruh, hey, yo, fruit snack.
Nah, seriously, it does feel like hypocrisy. And it's getting to the point where we really got to question some of our black billionaires, some of our leaders in hip hop and entertainment, and we actually got to stay up to date and hold them accountable for the situation with the child. Because if this gets pushed back for another year after July 18th, what's today? What's today, y'all? July 9th? We're going to be looking on the 18th to see if that DNA sample's in. And if it ain't, that means you pushing it back because the girl was underage, which is crazy. But you best friends with R. Kelly, Diddy. You allegedly was dating Aaliyah underage. You was allegedly dating Beyonce underage, and he was allegedly dating Foxy Brown underage. That raggy? Raggy? That's something a little different, chat. Let me know what y'all think. Is this all coincidence? There's always a lot of coincidences. I don't know. It could be all coincidence. I don't know. I really just don't know. So let's look at this. Let's look at this situation with Megan Thee Stallion. So I was looking at something earlier where Nicki was just actually speaking on it a little bit, right? This Megan Thee Stallion situation. Let me see, is that it? Look who's her lawyer. Alex Spiro. So he just deals with everything Rock Nation. And we wondering why nobody. You walk into the courtroom with Alex Spiro. For one, he already it's allegedly people stuff like this, they already talked to the judge. It says, Megan Thee Stallion's lawyer, Alex Spiro, defends rapper 2 at page 6, following lawsuit alleging harassment and hostile work environment. This is an employment claim for money with no harassment claim filed and with salacious accusations to attempt to embarrass her. We will deal with this in court. I'm sure, Alex. I'm almost sure you will. Say Cheese posted, Megan Thee Stallion is being sued by her former cameraman for allegedly forcing him to watch her have sex in a moving car. That's crazy. She out here living her best love. And I think that the person in the car was actually a female. He claims Megan told him to never speak about the incident. Don't ever discuss what you saw. That's what she told him. So she just the cameraman, she getting her bop ate. She looked over at the cameraman like, yo, you good with that camera, ain't you? Go ahead, why, film this, little boy. Allegedly. This is all alleged. No, this is all for entertainment. I mean, this lawsuit ain't. This is a real lawsuit. Megan Thee Stallion has been sued by her former cameraman alleging harassment in a hostile environment. NBC News reports the cameraman claims he was berated, fat-shamed, and treated differently by the rapper after witnessing her having sex with another woman while being trapped inside a moving vehicle with them, and then told not to discuss what he saw. That's crazy. That's crazy. Cause me personally, I'm not really attracted to Megan Thee Stallion. So that would be crazy. Like, yo, what you doing, yo? I mean, a lot of people are. I'm not really attracted to it. So like, what you doing? Like, what is you even doing right now in the will? You doing too much. What you doing? Moving and all that. You trying to get your cat ate? Like what, yo? What? I don't know. This is what he's saying. I ain't saying. This is what he's saying. And then we sit back and look at it. This is yet another. This is for yet another situation with Megan Thee Stallion. So what else we got, chat? What else we got? We got this Cardi B Stefon Diggs situation. Now, from what I'm hearing, Cardi B actually spoke on Nicki Minaj. She actually spoke on Nicki Minaj in her rant. Let me see. July 8th. I just was looking at it. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B trading shots online in the big year of 2025. I'll never forget when Nicki and Cardi was going through it and Cardi walked out with that knot on her head. After that, I said, y'all both need to stop fighting. Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. When Cardi had to walk out like with that knot on her head, I said, no, y'all doing too much. Y'all gotta stop. I don't know who punched Cardi, but she don't need to punch nobody else in life because you hit too hard. If a female hit Cardi, you punch entirely too hard and don't touch me. All right. So it's a Spotify charts looking spooky. Go to dinner, go shopping, go to the park, get off the internet. Enough. Shut up. Now, Spotify, let me tell you something that's going on between Spotify and Apple Music. They're at odds, and they both got their picks. Just to keep it simple for you, Spotify loves Kendrick Lamar. They got some things going on behind the scenes. Apple Music loves Drake, and they got some things going on behind the scenes. If you ever noticed, Drake is breaking every record possible with his album on Apple Music, and Kendrick Lamar is breaking every record possible on Spotify. Both artists are doing not as good on the other platform. Why is that? Because they both got their picks. Okay? They both got their picks. Rock Nation has been in bed with Spotify for a long time. Drake has been in bed with Apple for the last 10 years. You just got to watch what's really going on. And as we know with Megan Thee Stallion, I think a quarter of her album sales off her last album was actually taken off of her album because they were done by bots. Spotify charts looking scary, talking about Cardi B's album right there. And then we also got this situation with Cardi B where I think she actually, let me see, chat. I think she back with Stefon Diggs. Now, the last thing I seen with Cardi B, they were saying her BBL stink. They were saying Cardi BBL stink. I don't know. This is all alleged. But I went online. Look, yeah. Stefon Diggs debunks rumors claiming he and Cardi B split via Instagram. I tried to hold it down, but her BBL smelled like a trash bag in July. Stefon Diggs is on there saying that's cat. All right, I'm happy that's cat. I was about to say her BBL stinking is crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I'm glad he came out there and got in front of this because this was growing legs. This is like for the last week they were saying Stefon Diggs said that Cardi B's BBL stink. And now we got it right here. Stefon Diggs hopped in the comments and said, no, that's cat. I never said that. I never said her BBL smelled like a trash bag. That's cat. And I appreciate that. You know. Because we also around the same time we had Cardi B deleting all of her pictures with Stefon Diggs, which is crazy. But I think they back together now. Yeah, they back together now. Yeah, Cardi B working out with Stefon Diggs and Stefon's new YouTube video uploaded today. So this was uploaded today. What? No, yesterday. And she was working out.
Okay. Come on, okay. Get that off me, twin. Get it off me.
It's good to see a happy family day.
What is that? That looks so easy. Oh, Jesus.
No, that's what's up. So they good. And he holding her down, saying her BBL don't stink. Well, I don't really think her BBL stink. For real, for real. Now, beyond that, we actually got another update with the Tori Lanez situation. What's going on with Tori? Yo, I was just wondering, like, yo, I need some new Tori news. Because, like, what's going on? I know he had that, that representative helping him with his case. But, it got kind of quiet after that. Yeah, it got kind of quiet. Let me see. Tori Lanez, latest. I'm gonna go to the latest. So basically, people saying he ain't never get on the fan. I seen something with Tori Lanez saying there was new evidence or new something. Free Tori. See that a lot. Stats are 14 times said he saw a bulge. Let me go over to YouTube. Let me see. I thought I seen something. Yeah, double XL right here. Tory Lanez will be home sooner than expected. That's what his father believes. What does it say? Tory Lanez is almost 3 years into a 10-year sentence. If we can get this joint to chill. Tori Lanez is almost 3 years into a 10-year sentence after being found guilty in December of 2022 of shooting Megan Thee Stallion. On July 2nd, the rapper's father sat down for an interview with DJ Charismo on Power 106 Los Angeles, where he provided an update on Tori. According to Sunstar, some things are changing that will allow Tori to be released much earlier than expected. Honestly, the way they try and get rid of Tori before he come home, I just want you to just stay quiet until he get home, because they gonna try. They already wanted to kill him before he could come home. Like just bring him home, then start talking about it, because they try and kill him. They try and kill him. He said, I wouldn't go on record giving a date right now, Sunstar says. Around the 29:15 timestamp of the interview below. What I will say is that there are movements happening in the background. The powers that be can clearly see that this was a hatch job. They can see based on the evidence, or should I say lack of. Everybody can see that. There are things happening right now. Like I said, I think it's much sooner than a lot of people would think. Much sooner than later. He's coming. I just think it's crazy, everything, all this stuff going on. Everything I've been talking about since I've started this stream, and we're about an hour in, is surrounding Rock Nation. There's a lot of shady, backhanded stuff surrounding Rock Nation, allegedly. I don't know what's going on, but his father saying there's a movement around Tori where he should be coming home sooner than later. And the last thing we heard from Tori is, he had that state representative actually trying to help bring him home. Would you say, Miss J? I'm glad they cleared that with Cardi. I was big mad. But yeah, I seen, I think you responded to one of my posts when I had posted it because it was going viral. I seen it. I knew it was going viral because I seen it on my Twitter. I seen it on my Instagram. Then I seen it on Facebook. Once I see it on Facebook, I see the young boys and the old heads talking about it. I'm like, yeah, this thing went viral. So I'm glad he actually came out and cleared that up because, saying her BBLs think is crazy. Saying her BBLs think is crazy. All right, let's see what else we got, y'all. What else we got? We talked about Tori. We talked about Jay-Z's child. All right, so we got this Clips situation where they actually saying the Clips. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. They saying the Clips can't sell any tickets. Now, it was being alleged that Travis Scott was going to drop on the same day as the Clips and step on them. He was going to get them out of here like that. He was going to pull a Kanye West on 50 Cent. Drop on the same day, outperform you, and then you can't say nothing else. Because Pusha sent some shots at Travis Scott. Travis Scott's not a rapper, but Travis Scott going to go platinum. I'll drop on your release date and get you out of here that way. That's what Travis Scott was going to try to do to the Clips. The Clips album, then once that word comes out that their album actually gets leaked. Honestly, I think it would be funny if they leaked their own album once they hear that. And then they would have an excuse of why the album sales were so low compared to Travis Scott's. All right. So they're saying that the Clips, because I seen that. Where did I see that at? Yeah, the Academy. So right here it's saying ticket sales for Clips' upcoming tour have been leaked, with current figures showing an average of 18% of tickets sold per market. That's crazy. The album is out, y'all. I mean, the album dropped next week, and 18% of the tickets are sold. Not 25, not nothing. 18% is crazy. 18% is diabolical. 18% is diabolical. 18% of tickets sold per market, ranging from 254 to 976 tickets. So say if they're doing like how big is the venue? Well, nah, that means that, say if it's 900 tickets sold, and that's almost 20%. So what are they doing? Venues with like 4,000 people? Which ain't bad. And that's the thing about hip hop. With all the dissing and stuff like that, you don't really get to age gracefully. Like, it's nothing wrong with him doing a venue with 4,000 people, but then when you hating on everybody and dissing everybody, now like you doing, the tour might flop. The tour starts in 3 weeks, and they got markets with 200 tickets sold. Like, that's crazy. That's super crazy. Let's get down here and read some of this. Hold on, y'all. Let me get off the screen real quick. Right now. Okay, yeah, they doing around like 3,500, 2,600, 2,900, 5,300, 3,300, 2,700. Okay. But the album isn't out yet. So they can I don't know. On sale Friday, June 13th. They've been on sale since June 13th. And this show is August 3rd in Boston, Massachusetts. They got, woo. I mean, they got 300 tickets sold. I would say they do at least, yeah, they could do at least half of these spots. If they had 300 right now, the album drop. Let's say they get up to maybe 700 tickets sold when the album drop. Week by week, they get up to at least 1,500. 1,500 on this date. That would be, you got to get up to 1,500, right? You got to get up to 1,500. Got to. You got to get up to 1,500. So, yeah, they're saying that the tour is flopping right now. The album, in my opinion, was going to flop. It was a lot of disses towards Drake and Travis Scott, but it doesn't stop the fact that you don't have a hit song on this album. And it's 2025 and we dropping albums without hit songs is crazy. You get what I'm saying? We can't, I'm a big Kendrick fan, but we can't be that biased to the point where we saying like, yo, they just dropped the album without hit songs. And they expected to sell some albums. Like, yeah. So yeah, Miss J, their album got leaked, I think today or yesterday. But 2 days ago, we heard that Travis Scott was going to drop on their album release date. And I had in my head, well, if Travis Scott drops on their release date, it's a dub. Because he going to step on them. Like, it's a way to prove that you're better. You get what I'm saying? After you've been dissing me. Like, the same thing Kanye West did to 50 Cent. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, this man thought the Kendrick feature was going to be like the Drake stimulus package. Yeah, it wasn't. I'm going to keep it all the way honest. It wasn't. It wasn't. But yeah, their album got leaked. Let me see if I can look at that real quick. But I think all the best songs on the album got dropped already. Like, the album about to drop next week and you ain't got a hit song on there. Just hit. I'm gonna be honest, bro. The Clips hit songs was them hating on people. Your hit song is hating on another man, and you expecting to get some type of blessings for that. It say somebody leaked the Clips album and it's not even good. Good Lord. It say Clips album leak on LimeWire. You gotta leak it on LimeWire, bro. Yeah, I just didn't like the whole rollout of I'm going to drop an album based on hating on people. Kendrick ain't do that. Kendrick dropped his own album, and he had some bangers on there where he was dissing people and getting at people, but he ain't drop an album based on hating on people. Every interview, the Clips got to sit. Every interview, Pusha T got to sit there and talk about another man. Honestly, every interview, Pusha T sitting there sounding like The Game. Remember The Game? Red Rose. Remember The Game? 10, 15 years ago where he couldn't do an interview without mentioning another man? That's borderline what Pusha T be doing. He do interviews and he can't stop speaking on another man. But yeah, I can't remember something he said about his album that wasn't about another man. Chat, am I bugging? Have y'all heard anything from Pusha T that wasn't about another man when it comes to this album? Am I bugging? I don't move like that. I don't operate like that. I'm not a hater like that. Like, I can feel some type of way, but I do not hate on the next man that much. And I'm a big Kendrick fan. Kendrick don't hate on nobody like that. Actually, Kendrick's so gangster, he don't even speak on you like that. He keep it pushing. He let the art do the work. These dudes' whole rollout was hating on people. Yo, he went into the interview like, yo, I'm going to say this about this person, that about that person. He hated on Kanye, Travis Scott, and Drake. That's all we know about the Clips' new album. Maybe I'm tweaking. I don't know. Did y'all hear anything else about the album besides them hating? I ain't heard nothing else, bro. It's crazy. Clips leaking the album to have a spin zone for low record sales. That's what I just said. That's what I just said. Miss J, I ain't heard nothing else. I ain't heard nothing else from the album. Clips leaking the album to have a spin zone for low record sales is crazy. It's insane. The Clips album leaked and is downloadable on LimeWire. That's actually hilarious. Why is your album downloadable on LimeWire? I hate it. I hate every second of it. I hate every second of it. All right, so we're gonna move right along, y'all. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why is your album like on BearShare? Your album on BearShare? What are we doing, man? And honestly, you could have been celebrated, but all you like, you're gonna get the energy you give out. The same thing with our boy 4 Extra. I said Aaron the Plumber is corny for saying that about 4 Extra. But 4 Extra, you walking around like you the toughest bull in the world. All you doing is getting the energy that you gave out. We grown. We not little kids. Boy, you getting the energy that you gave out. That's what's happening. But at the same time, Aaron the Plumber, you corny for trying to kick him when he's down because, you know, you wasn't saying all that when he was healthy. So, you know, we stand on business with this one. All right, so we're going to move on. In another situation, speaking on the Clips and how Travis Scott was actually going to try to step on their album the same way Kanye West stepped on 50 Cent and got 50 Cent out of here. 50 Cent is in the news right now. 50 Cent took a rare L. 50 Cent just took a rare L that we actually don't see often. 50 Cent just lost in court to a white boy who's a TikToker. Oh yeah, 50 mad. Shout out little bro who just beat 50 in court. Cause actually I looked into it a little bit and I ain't see all of it. So we're gonna look into it right now together. We'll put 50 Cent lawsuit. Let's see. Yo, I seen this. This was crazy. It say new lawsuit accuses Diddy of going crazy with his hand into Biggie's shirt, and 50 Cent just had to react. Yeah, that's crazy. Why are you doing that into a shirt with Biggie on it? But you and Biggie was a little wild though. Let me see. Yeah, this TikToker right here, Bryce Hall, challenges 50 Cent to a boxing match after winning a lawsuit over him with a new movie. Now, from what I heard with Bryce Hall, is him and 50 Cent are in this movie. But not only that, they had a verbal agreement, which 50 Cent should know better. They had a verbal agreement to pay 50 Cent $5 million. He never got the $5 million, but he shot the parts to the movie for Bryce Hall. Now, 50 then went to the courts to try to put an injunction to stop the movie from coming out, which is, I believe, doing its premiere next week. It's doing a premiere next week. And 50 was trying to stop it from happening. Bryce Hall went to court with 50 Cent, won the fact that he can come out with the movie. And not only that, this is a rare L for 50 Cent. Let me see. Let me see if I can get the rest of it to come up. And he challenged 50 to a boxing match. Now 50 a little bit older. A lot of people don't know 50 is actually a Golden Glove. He was actually a Golden Glove in his hood. He was known for knocking everybody out. But 50 is he just turned 50. So I mean, you don't get no cool points for that. I'm gonna put 50. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, it says rapper and producer 50 Cent has lost a bid to prevent the release of an upcoming horror film, Skill House, starring Bryce Hall. A federal judge denied his request for a preliminary injunction on July 3rd, 2025, allowing the movie to proceed towards its scheduled July 11th premiere. In April, 50 Cent's production company, New York City Vibe, filed a lawsuit against Skill House producers, including Ryan Kavanaugh, Skill House Movie LLC, and Gen TV LLC, claiming the film used his name, image, voice, and likeness without a signed agreement or compensation. He alleges that despite filming his scenes and those with his son Sear based on good faith promises, no final contract existed and has not been paid. So you mean to tell me you filmed all this stuff and never got paid with you and Sear? That's crazy. And I can see where the judge probably, I mean, you gotta pay him for his services. How you just gonna put him in a movie without paying him? That's crazy. But at the same time, if you willingly shot your scenes, that kind of put the judge in a weird spot. Because what y'all think? What you think about that? What you think about that, Jay? Because you sitting there and you gotta first say, like, you can't just use his name and likeness without his permission. But the judge would then probably turn around and say, but you had to give him permission to use your name and likeness because you shot the scenes with him. You shot the scenes. So the judge would have to say you gave him permission, you just didn't get paid. What's it called? Skill House? Let me see. Let's see if I can find a trailer. The first teaser trailer for Skill House. We got 50 Cent. They using 50 on the front. That's probably mad. I mean, like, because he the most notable actor probably in the movie. And they gonna use him to run the movie up. Let me see. This the trailer.
Here's the rules. Whoever has the fewest amount of likes, you will die.
Now I know this is a prank, because that was fucking 50 cents.
You're old. We're all influencers. We all have millions of followers.
What if one of them were to lose?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's a bad joint. With you just being in the front like that, they got music on this joint. I don't want to get that done bad. But so if Sear's in it too, that's his son, right? Sear, that's his son's name, right? Yeah, he had to give him permission because he's in the movie. So like 50 is 50. Like, what are you doing shooting a movie not getting paid for it? And you almost look at it and say, is this a black and white thing? But it's not. There was no white privilege in that, in my opinion. The judge is going to look at it and say, like, you going to sit, because just looking at the lawsuit initially, it said that he was in the movie without his permission, or he's using his likeness without his permission, but you're in the movie shooting scenes. You gave them their permission. That's what they're gonna argue. I'm just trying to be fair in the situation. So just looking at it, 50 might have played itself in that. All right, so it ain't nothing I can really. And 50 my guy. 50 my guy. I love 50. But like, how you gonna do that? That ain't even get the money first, Fifth. What you doing? You just got played by a TikToker? By a little TikToker? Got him out here feeling like he won up on you, talking about he want to box you and all that stuff. You gotta get him slapped in the club or something. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll get him slapped for that. You gotta get him slapped. All right, I'm gonna keep it a bean. All right. So we're gonna talk about something else that's been going on. Yo, is it just me or did y'all see this Philly trash strike? I'm on the East Coast. It's Philly trash situation. From what I understand, From what I understand, the strike is over. But they ended up taking the same deal that they could have took last week, and they just tore the whole city up. Yeah, this is what the city was looking like. I actually rode through Philly and seen it. So they went on strike for 8 days and ended up taking the same exact deal that they could have took 8 days ago. Now, the deal that they took was only for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. So when they come back around and they tell the people we going on strike, they ain't going to have nobody having their back. Ain't nobody going to have the city workers of doing trash, and they got 911 people in the union also, like the dispatchers. Nobody's going to have their back. Because you just went on strike for 8 days and came back with nothing. You wasted everybody's time. Your union president, he probably sold y'all out. But you just did all that striking just for you to end up with the same deal you could have took 8 days ago. I got people in Philly, they got trash everywhere. It's trash everywhere. And they just had flash floods in Philly. It's trash everywhere. And you ended up taking the same, that's like going outside and coming back with the same amount of money you had in your pocket when you left out, and you still broke. Are you out your mind, boy? So you woke up broke, went outside broke, and came back broke? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. And then the mayor in Philly, she signed a short-term deal, but she going to be out of office by the time the deal's done. So when you go to re-up and get a new deal, ain't nobody in the city of Philadelphia going to have your back. The people, everybody going to be on your head. Like, y'all trash, literally. Y'all trash. As a union, I'm for unions. I love unions. I used to have a union career. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know. At one point, I was a train operator. A lot of people don't know that. See, I'm keeping it on the low. A lot of people don't know that. And it was a tough union. Strikes, all that stuff. We stayed sturdy, though. These guys went on strike and folded. The point of a strike is whoever blinks first. Y'all blinked after going on strike for 8 days. And you're trash men. You know how much trash is out here, bro? They're going to be talking about y'all in 10, 20 years about the great trash strike of Philadelphia. Y'all got it out here looking like a Rocky movie. You know when he was running through South Philly, all the trash everywhere, you got it looking crazy out this joint. So now y'all about to be back broken because y'all got to clean all this up. It's mountains of trash y'all got to clean up. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. This is a different type of stupid. Can't make it up. And y'all ended up with the same deal. Your union is soft. That's a soft union. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't respect it. I don't like that one bit. I don't like that one bit. All right, let's move right along. I don't even want to talk about that. They soft. I seen something with Funny Marco that I thought was kind of corny. It looked like Funny Marco was kind of like going through it. Let me see something, chat. And it's crazy because Miss J, it's crazy. They was fighting for 5% increases yearly. The city said we got 3 for y'all 8 days ago. And they ended up still taking the 3% 8 days later. But yeah, we ain't done with that. I want y'all to, you gotta see. Hold up, you gotta see how the union president was walking out compared to the mayor. Like, you just got hosed by a female mayor and she got her chest out and everything. She out here feeling like $1,000 on you. Let me see.
Breaking right now at 5 on CBS News Philadelphia. District Council 33's strike in the city is over. A deal has been reached with city officials within the last hour, ending the 8-day strike. We are live with what we're learning about the new agreement and
this is crazy because, and this is the union president, that light-skinned guy that just walked past. Because how you gonna go on strike for 8 days and come back with the same situation that you left with? Use a bum.
What union leaders are saying after more than 13 hours at the bargaining table.
Well, today is Wednesday, July 9th. Good morning, everyone.
No, I want to hear from the union president. Where the union president at? This bull right here, that's the union president right there.
To us about how this deal got done. He did express some displeasure, though, with the terms of the agreement. Take a listen to what he had to say.
I'm not happy or satisfied with the outcome. The workers will be back to work as soon as they can get there. The strike has ended, so workers are to be expected at work tomorrow, or this morning, I guess you could say.
Yes.
Bro, how don't you like how the negotiations went? You're the one negotiating. I don't like none of the terms and how none of it went. You're negotiating. You folded. What, you got some money under the table? You were supposed to stand sturdy. The city was like, yo, the city of brotherly love was like, yo, this joint nutty, but I do feel y'all, because me personally, when I see a trash man, I'll be like, yo, I would never do that job. I wouldn't. I'm not doing it. It's too much. Y'all, yo, them trash can. I'll be like, yo, y'all gotta go blocks of just lifting trash. It's dirty, stinky trash. And y'all got. So I automatically respect these dudes 1,000,000%. It's a gritty city. I'm on the East Coast. It's gritty. So I get it. Like, yo, I'm not doing that, and you do it, so I respect it, bro. You get what I'm saying? You want to get your bread? For real, if I could, I'll be like, yo, I go help you get that joint. Who got it? You get what I'm saying? But no, y'all folded. The city was like, all right, this joint nutty, but like, we ain't really tripping on y'all. Y'all folded. So in 3 years, when y'all come back to the table, like, yeah, Philly, we about to go back on strike. We gonna be like, man, get your nut ass out my face. Come pick my trash up, bro. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Get your nut ass out my face. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. You did all that woofing and ain't even stand on business. I better hear how y'all got rid of the union president. I better hear that next. Get your nut ass out my face. That's how we talk. That's how we talk on the East Coast. Get your nut ass out my face. This the mayor. She stood on business. This is a W. This is a W for the mayor.
You heard him say he is not happy about the agreement, but workers could be back on the job later this morning. Meanwhile, Mayor Sherrell Parker released a statement on X shortly after 4 a.m. saying, quote, I have good news tonight for the hardworking men and women of AFS CME District Council 33 in the city of Philadelphia is over. We have reached a tentative agreement with District Council 33, which must be ratified by its membership on a new 3-year contract that, coupled with the 1-year contract extension we agreed to last fall, will increase DC 33 members' pay by 14% over my 4 years in office. We'll have much more to say about this historic deal tomorrow at City Hall. We're valuing our workforce and we are safeguarding our city's hard-earned fiscal stability at the same time. The strike is over! Exclamation point. So you see the difference in tone between the city as well as members of District Council 33 who are, again, apparently not happy. The leadership, at least, not happy with the terms. So let's break down these numbers.
Yo, we hear the difference in the tones and all that. Like, this how the news broke, bro. This how everybody heard it, bro. Y'all out here looking like suckers. We don't want to hear nothing from y'all, bro. If I hear something, oh no, I'm with the union. Cause y'all was at the airport saying all this goofy stuff because, like in Philadelphia, the trash people, the people who do the trash inside the airport, the people who fix the roads around the airport, and the 911 dispatchers are all in the same union. So when they go on strike, they all go on strike, and they want a new contract for each person in the union. And unions want to bring people together and get a bunch of people in the union in different districts like that. So then when they do go on strike, they'll be stronger. They had the strength and they had the city. The city was like, all right, go ahead, do what y'all going to do. Like, this ain't the type city you can get behind you. Like, I would say they had 70% of the city behind them, which is the majority. I was cool with it. I was like, all right, it's probably gonna go on for another week or two, and then they're gonna get what they want. I wasn't tripping, bro. I really wasn't. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go buy another trash can from Lowe's. That's what I said. I said, yo, I'm gonna just go grab another trash can. This joint gonna figure itself out. You're not about to stress me. Because I know it was gonna get settled eventually. You get what I'm saying? Y'all gonna fold like that? Come on, we're gonna go to the next topic. I'm done with these jabronis. Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing. My homie posted the same thing on his Instagram. He said 3 people that was in the union unfollowed him. I said, because they soft. They soft just like the union president. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's get on to this Funny Marco situation, man. I seen something with Funny Marco that was kind of alarming. I seen the headline at least. It was something with his baby mom. I thought it was nasty work. It says Funny Marco opens up about struggling to see his son because his baby mom won't let him. I seen this. I didn't watch it, but I seen it.
So you gonna fly him out here after the 4th of July? You gonna fly him out here?
Mm-hmm.
What does mean?
Yes.
And you gonna leave him here?
Yeah, for a week. Jasmine said I can stay at her house.
You don't have to. What does that have to? Why do you gotta be around all the time for a week? Why are you trying to be like? Okay, you got it. Okay.
What?
Okay. All right. Thank you for picking up.
Yeah, you can have.
Just say for a week. Do you not understand? Like that, bro. It's that you gonna tell me I can have them for a week? What the fuck? And then they can get on there on the internet and say, "Oh, you not doing this, you not doing that," but they want your money. Like, bro, this shit crazy, bro. You can't do shit, and it's like you just gotta sit there and take it. And I ain't like I said, I ain't disrespect her. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about you. I'm gonna stick on the subject of the kid, and that's why you gotta watch who you have kids with, and that's just my fault because again, you just gotta watch who you have kids with. That's all it is.
Shout out Funny Marco. And I see this
like okay, you got it. Okay.
What?
I see this subject come up a lot. And it's a lesson learned, honestly, Funny Marco. Hopefully in your next life you be like you're a little bit smarter. You know, I think everybody who had kids, when it don't work out, you wish you could change who your baby dad or baby mom was. It's always a lesson learned in it. And the courts do tend to side with the female in most situations. And you know, actually, this is actually the most serious I've ever seen Funny Marco. I don't really watch his lives or nothing like that, but he usually in character. Right now, he outside of character. But hold, let me hear this one more time.
What does mean?
Yes.
And you gonna leave him here?
Yeah, for a week. Jasmine said I can stay at her house.
You don't have to. What does that have to? Why do you gotta be around all the time for a week? Why are you trying to be like? Okay, you got it. Okay.
What?
Okay. All right. Thank you for picking.
So it sounds like she gonna drop the child off to Funny Marco, but after she dropped the child off, she gonna stay at Jasmine's house, who's probably close to Funny Marco, and he don't want that type of tension between him and his baby mom. That's what it sounds like to me. But you also do gotta watch who you tend to have kids with. You get what I'm saying? I've seen situations like that, and it never goes well, and it's even worse when it starts going through the courts, because then I feel like it takes a very strong individual not to have malice in your heart or be super mad towards the other parent that they got to go through the courts and all that stuff. And you know who ends up losing in the end? The child. Now, the child got bitter parents. They don't know what happiness looks like. The child's first example of parents is going to be the two parents that see right in front of them. So if they see you arguing all the time, they're going to think that's how a relationship go. And it's unfortunate. It's not cool. It's really not cool. But shout out Funny Marco. It looked like he was on stream when this conversation happened. I ain't even know he was streaming, and I never even seen him this serious. All right, but also when they go the other way too, like I'm cool with a lot of female homies, a lot of single moms that be like, yo, they be like, gee, I wish you was my baby dad. They be like, because like they be telling me some of the stuff they be going through. I ain't just gonna put it all on the guys, man. They be telling me some of the stuff they be going through, man. They be like, guys, sometimes the guys be acting like females too. The female don't want to be with the guy, now the guy don't want to do nothing. It go both ways, and we, you know, shout out Funny Marco. Keep your head up, my boy. Let's keep this joint pushing. What else is going on out here in these streets, these YouTube streets? Yo, I seen one thing. Listen, Young Thug. I was seeing something with Thugger where he keeps going at Gunna. He keeps wanting the world to care about Gunna being a rat. He got to understand the world don't care about people being rats no more. He don't care. And DJ Academics kind of threw it out there to him like, nobody cares in hip hop anymore about somebody being a rat except for you. Like, look at the big man, the guy who was supposed to be the ultimate hustler. His business partner is a rat. Jay-Z was supposed to be the ultimate hustler, the ultimate, you know, everything when it comes to not snitching and doing your thing. You know, he came out with the album Reasonable Doubt. And look at his #1 business partner. It's Desiree Perez. She's a rat. Allegedly. And we had a situation where, let me see, Young Thug actually said to Gunna, let me see. Yeah, it said Young Thug with a message. If you a rapper and you a rat, you gotta go gospel twin. You gotta go gospel twin. So he's still going at Gunna. We seen this a couple weeks ago where he was saying different things about Gunna. But now he's saying Gunna should do gospel music, which honestly I think that's fair. Gunna probably should do gospel music. But Gunna's actually making pretty good music right now. And don't nobody in hip hop care if you a rat. You get what I'm saying? Now, we had DJ Academics actually kind of explain that to him. And Young Thug and DJ Academics ended up going back and forth. Let me see. Let me see if I can find them for y'all. Basically, when I seen it, let me see. Academics tells Young Thugs that fans don't care who is snitching anymore. After Thug just sneaked this Gunna again. He sneaked this team again for being an alleged rat. Somebody got to tell Young Thug that he's the last rapper on earth who cares who's snitching. Yeah, at this point, like, Yo Gotti getting old. Who? Maybe some of the young rappers. Lil Durk. It say if you a rapper and you a rat, you gotta just go gospel twin. DJ Academics came back and said somebody gotta tell Young Thug that he's the last rapper on earth who cares who's snitching. Low key, half these rappers telling and the ones telling make the best music. Fans don't give a F. I gotta keep it a bean. I kind of agree with him. Fans don't care, and most of the rappers that we know and love, they are telling. That's just a fact. And this was a situation where, you know, we seen on May 20th, Gunna actually was covering up his YSL tat, and that came after
the snake and also the word or the letters. YSL. Okay?
Yeah, he covered it up.
The update is that Thug still feel the same way. Thug still on his head top. Thug hopped up in the comment section after another page, Our Generation Music, posted the YSL thing here, it being covered up here. You heard what Thug said, and you know this is Thug's page. He says, I mean, he did say it must end. LOL. Chat, for all y'all fans who are just wishfully thinking these guys are gonna come back together, this is the question that most of y'all are not prepared to answer. I don't care. I get it. I might think
I can understand Young Thug never being cool with him again because Gunna essentially tried to put Young Thug in jail for the rest of his life, so Gunna could come home. So Young Thug don't gotta ever be cool with Gunna again. But Young Thug does have to understand that the world doesn't care about who snitches anymore. That's done. Look at Jay-Z. He's walking around with the biggest rat in hip hop. Desiree Perez is on file allegedly for taking down a whole Mexican cartel. Nobody in hip hop has ratted like that. Jay-Z is with the biggest rat in hip hop, allegedly. There's no bigger rat than Desiree Perez. What are we talking about? So there is none of that stuff. And yeah, then you got to look at all the people that was with Jay-Z. From your Yo Gotti standing next to him, Meek Mill standing next to him. Everybody stood next to Jay-Z and didn't say nothing. And 6ix9ine said when 6ix9ine was actually going crazy, he threw it out there that Desiree Perez was a rat. And everybody still stayed next to Desiree Perez and was kicking it with Jay-Z. So what are we talking about at this point? All right. Now we got something else going on. Yo, you know what I seen that was crazy though? I seen something wild. Yeah. Ms. J, you talking about the funny Marco situation? He wants to be with his kid? Yeah. Yeah, it's well, you know what I always say, Miss J? It depends who left who and who don't want to be with who. Whoever left who and don't want to be with who, the other person is going to play the other role of being petty. Like, if I want to play the role of I just want to be moving on and I don't want nothing to do with you, the energy I'm going to put on you is the person that's chasing me. And therein lies the problem, because then it's going to be a dynamic of one person saying, ew, don't touch me, and the other person saying, dang, what I do. Funny Marco like, yo, I moved on and got rich, lady. She like, you left me behind. I want to be lit with you. How she gonna act compared to how he gonna act is, it's gonna play itself out. Yeah, there's like I always say, like when hearts break, they never break even. So you picture a beautiful heart, right? When it break, it ain't gonna break down the middle. It's gonna like break off to the side or something like that. And somebody gonna take the bigger piece and be all right, and the other person gonna take the smaller piece and they ain't gonna like that. They ain't gonna like that one bit, because they gonna be like, yo, you good and I'm not. I'm toe up out here. I've been thinking about you since last year. Lord, you've been thinking about me since last year. You know how much I did since last year? That's how I go though. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving right along though. I seen something crazy with Jonathan Majors and Megan Good. Yeah, Jonathan Majors. I hope I'm spelling his name right. Yeah, he ended up having to check somebody. Let me see. He had to get at somebody. They actually tried to bag Megan Good in front of him, which is crazy. Yeah, right here. Let me see. I don't think this was a publicity stunt, chat. Let me know if y'all think this is a publicity stunt.
Beautiful in person, just to let you know, yeah.
You say I'm a freak out after?
Can I get a picture too?
Yeah.
Possibly like a number, if that's fine.
Oh, thank you, love.
I said like a number.
Whose number?
Her
My number? No, this is my man.
Why don't you go Google something, bro?
I didn't know.
Actually,
beautiful in person, just to let you know, yeah.
You say I'm a freak out after?
Can I get a picture too?
Yeah.
Possibly like a number, if that's fine.
Oh, thank you, love.
I said like a number.
Whose number?
Her
My number? No, this is my man.
Why don't you go Google something, bro?
I didn't know.
Actually,
beautiful.
That's out of pocket, bro. That's out of pocket. So he gonna set it up like, yo, can I get a picture? But hold up, she might have been going at first though. At first she was like, oh, thank you. She said thank you, then he said it again. And she said, oh no, that's my man. At first it sounded like she was going though. Hold up. I got heard it again. It sounded like Megan was going. But hold up, Miss J, it sounded like she was going for a second.
Yeah.
You say I'm a freak out after?
Can I get a picture too?
Yeah.
Possibly like a number, if that's fine.
Oh, thank you, love.
She said, oh, thank you. And then Jonathan stepped in like, oh, hold up. You know what I'm saying? He had to cock his Kango like, hold up, bro. You know what I'm saying? This my woman, bro.
I said like a number.
Whose number?
Her
My number? No, this is my man.
Why don't you go Google something, bro?
I didn't know.
That's out of pocket. That's out of pocket. Yeah, that's and this is crazy. This is 2025 where everybody is doing something for clicks. That's crazy. That's crazy. Can I get a picture with you real quick? Yo, you think I can get your number real quick? I don't think your man looking. Yeah, he looking, bro. He got his hat cocked up. He making sure he can see what's going on with Megan. He making sure he keeping his blinkers on Megan, bro. No, we not doing that. Not today, bro. This is crazy. That's nasty work. But shout out Megan. First it sounded like she was going. Then she was like, no, this my man. You don't think she heard him completely? I hope she didn't, because I used to have a crush on Megan back when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I had a little crush on her. I thought she was alright. I thought she was alright. He tried it. I think he tried it. Hey, maybe they into some Diddy stuff. You never know. You know, you gotta shoot your shot. I would have responded like Jonathan though. Yo, I actually seen something else where Disney actually trying to like offer him back his movie roles. I mean his show roles in King the Conqueror. After they did all that, he ended up beating the case. Now they want to bring him back over to Disney. I feel like Disney need him more than he need Disney, which is crazy. He done beat the allegations. Now they trying to bring him back over. That ain't gangster. That ain't gangster at all, y'all. What else we got, y'all? What else we got? What else? That it? Oh, I seen this. So, if y'all remember, Shannon Sharp with Tony Busby. Remember when I was grinding Tony Busby up? But then I kind of fell back because I was like, we got to wait and see how this plays out. Because Tony Busby could be telling the truth about this situation with Shannon Sharp. I don't know. I don't know what's what. And, you know, I just let it play out. Then we seen with Tony Busby, he actually hopped in the Diddy case. And from the Diddy case, he actually brought people. He was with Little Rod and all that stuff. And he was bringing all them people trying to get inside the Diddy case. And he was a part of Deshaun Watson. So it looked like he was trying to bring black men down. So we got a clip with DJ Vlad, apparently, with Tony Busby, where he actually cooked Tony Busby. I haven't seen the clip. But we about to see it right now. And if he cooked Tony Busby, I ain't gonna hold you. That's the first time where I'd actually be a little proud of Vlad. I'd be proud. Let me see. Because Tony Busby, he be ducking the black smoke, but he would end up on a panel with DJ Vlad. He said, "Watch me call out Tony Busby for representing clients with fake stories who are suing Diddy and Jay-Z on Piers Morgan's show." Hey, I actually respect that. Now DJ Vlad actually posted this. Now Vlad has been, you know, hopping on shows like Piers Morgan. He's been on Fox a few times. Ever since Vlad actually took credit for solving the Tupac murder, which the streets already kind of knew, but when he was doing all them interviews with I forget the guy's name off the top of my head, with the guy who actually was in the car when Tupac got shot and killed, he was doing all the interviews and he was saying Diddy actually put the money up. That was all on Vlad's platform, and when that guy ended up going to jail and they were saying that the Tupac murder was actually solved, Vlad immediately went to shows like Piers Morgan and Fox and started saying like, "Hey, I solved the Tupac murder. What we gonna do? I'm the guy. I'm the guy. I'm the guy." As far as mainstream white news media, I'm the guy from hip hop that y'all got to talk to respectfully, because Vlad actually put the work in. So I think he should be the white guy from hip hop when it comes to white news that they go talk to about black hip hop. So ever since then, he's been popping up on shows like this. And just by this headline, it sounded like he held it down. Keefy D. It was Keefy D. And ever since them interviews with Keefy D, he been on shows like this. And let's see what he talking about right here.
Like he said, that the feds talked to multiple people that he's representing that were suing, but they decided not to use any of them, which makes me think that there wasn't any real credible, real evidence that they actually did anything wrong in the whole situation. Therefore, there's only two people that were actually used. The only person that was that filed a lawsuit that was used in this case was Cassie. And there's over 100 lawsuits. So what does that say? That says the lawsuits are all nonsense.
Wrong. You know, I listened to you. And some of
which of your clients was used in this case?
Let's be clear about something.
Which of your clients was used in this case?
Hey, listen very carefully. if the alleged assault happened in LA, there was nobody flown in, there was nobody coerced and trafficked across state lines, they wouldn't use the client, obviously. These cases that we have filed in New York are filed under a New York statute for sexual assault and sexual abuse. That's completely different than transportation for prostitution or for sexual trafficking, and certainly has nothing to do with RICO. So you just made this grand conclusion that, the U.S. attorney talked to a few of these folks and decided they had no credibility. You are flat out wrong in that respect, because
none of them were used. None of them were used. How am I wrong if none of them were used? What's the
actual there was nothing
evidence
that
of
happened across state lines, and there was no sexual trafficking, which is what the case was all about. So it has nothing to do with whether these people were credible or not. Their case is a civil case alleging state law claims of assault after being drugged. That was not the case that was brought by the U.S. attorney, and frankly, that's not a case that could be brought by the U.S. attorney, and which is the point
your own
that
client accused Jay-Z and Diddy of raping her when she was 13, and we all saw it was all nonsense. It was absolutely false. It was absolutely false. She said Good Charlotte was there. They weren't there. She was 13 years old. Her own father said it was all nonsense. Jay-Z sued you over that. Come on. Like, you have a long history of not credible people. Give you a little bit of information. A long history.
All these broad.
A long history.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Have you won a single lawsuit with any of these people you've represented? A single lawsuit.
Literally 30 days ago for $640 million, pal. So don't be telling me about winning lawsuits. I won more lawsuits than any lawyer in the United States. So I don't hear
with Jay-Z. How many lawsuits have you won against Diddy and Jay-Z? How many lawsuits have you won against Diddy and Jay-Z?
None have went to trial yet, knucklehead. Think about it. They don't just file a case and go to trial. Wait and see.
Won nothing.
Okay, let me just jump. All right, look, the reality is the reality is we're going to find out, right? We'll find. We're going to find out, Vlad. We're going to find out, Vlad, whether any of these civil cases do end up.
None of them will be won. Maybe one or two will be settled because of their headaches.
Okay,
well, there are over 100 people.
The one thing I do think is,
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna give Vlad the W. Once you start name calling, because I'm cooking you so bad, like if we having a civil dispute and you say I'm a knucklehead, that mean I'm cooking you, bro. I'm cooking you in this conversation. I would have to say Tony Busby is full of it. He's a known liar. I feel like he lied about the $640 million lawsuit that he just said that he settled. He's a liar. He's a known liar. And the simple fact that he started calling Vlad a knucklehead at the end lets me know Vlad was cooking you. Vlad was cooking you. Yeah. So shout out Vlad. This is a rare W for Vlad within the black community. Vlad is known as like a actually like a culture vulture. And this is actually him sounding halfway respectable. W Vlad. All right. Let's keep it pushing, y'all. All right, so in our last segment, I think this is our last segment. Y'all let me know if I'm missing something. Something that's going on and something that's popping off right now. I seen this Dwight Howard situation. Yeah, Vlad cooked. He cooked. I know Shannon Sharp is sitting at home in like a tank top with a like a thong underneath, right? And he is clapping, boy. He is clapping and smacking his lips. He is so happy. I know Shannon was happy seeing that. I seen something with Dwight Howard. No, I'm just playing. We got love for Shannon Sharp. I'll probably watch his show tonight. You know, I love sports. And moving on to that, we got Dwight Howard, who actually gets talked about on Club Shay Shay a lot. And he's getting divorced. Now, Dwight Howard, I think he only got married like 6 months ago. Yeah, Dwight Howard's girl divorced him after 6 months. Yeah, former NBA champ Nick Young reacts to Jello and Dwight Howard getting divorced, which is crazy. What you talking about, bro? Yeah, that's crazy. Because I was actually surprised to see that he was married. Because he came out and said that he liked men. If I'm not mistaken. And that's alleged. But if I'm not mistaken, it was like a lot of men had came out and said that Dwight Howard had liked men. I didn't say it, the men said it. And to see him with a wife. Yeah, a chick just married and divorced Dwight Howard with all the stuff in the news about him and his sex life. Women that marry men like that, like, I just be like, I couldn't, like, I just can't get into it. I can't get into the women at that point because it's like, what you be getting into? Like, I don't feel like I would get into all that. And for you like to marry a dude like that, God bless, love is love, but I'd be cool. I'd be cool. Yeah, let me see if I can find something on YouTube. Yeah, to get divorced that fast after 6 months. But she already knew everything that was being said about him. Yeah, the Dwight Howard divorce. That's crazy. I seen that joint with Rashida. She tripping. 6 months is crazy. 6 months is crazy. Getting divorced. Let me see.
Paperwork, TMZ was able to get Amber Rose Howard, the wife of Dwight Howard, filed for divorce 6 months after they were married on January 11th. The rapper and reality personality.
So she got a divorce.
According to court paperwork, TMZ was able to get Amber Rose Howard, the wife of Dwight Howard, filed for divorce 6 months for reconciliation, and that her marriage is irretrievably broken. In addition to requesting alimony, there are no prospects for reconciliation, and that her marriage is irretrievably broken. In addition to requesting alimony, Rose urged the courts to equitably divide all of the marital assets and property. In December,
oh, she asking for half of everything? To equitably divide everything, all the assets. That means she want half the properties, the vehicles, everything. And she want alimony. I gotta get into alimony. I don't know where they lived at. Whereas it depends where the divorce is coming from. If the divorce is coming, if he still lives in LA or something like that, it's crazy.
Howard, 39, and Rose made their romance public by announcing their engagement on Instagram. In a set of pictures taken at the time, they were both wearing diamond rings. Rose seemed to delete all references to Howard from her social media accounts. She used Howard's last name in a children's book that was published last month. The news of the divorce has not yet been publicly addressed by Howard. This is the first season for the former 3-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year, who played in the league for 18 years and won a championship with the Lakers.
Yeah, that was stupid, bro. And then, like, if you playing for the other team, what you even doing getting married? Thinking that she gonna put up with that for the rest of her life. But, you know, like, I don't know. Sometimes people play the game, and sometimes people just don't even know what's going on. Like, that's crazy, bro. Out of all the stuff we heard about you being a switch hitter, you going to get married. You might have played yourself, my boy. All right. So it's your boy, What's Up, Jay? Jay, am I missing anything? Am I missing anything, chat? Is that all the news? I feel like I covered a lot. We covered it, just about everything. Now, we're going to go live tomorrow, too. We're going to do an earlier live tomorrow. I would say tomorrow we probably go live earlier in the day, probably like 4. This is our first real live. This is a 2-hour banger. This was a 2-hour banger. Miss J, give it up for the chat. She held it down. I think you held it down for the whole 2. Yeah, we're gonna chop these videos up. We see the template. We see what to do with it. God willing. We watched some DJ Academics. We watched some we just talking about Club Shay Shay. They gave us the blueprint. Go live, then give them some videos, you know. That's how I go, you know. We're gonna go live tomorrow. There's a couple things I'm gonna talk about tomorrow that's gonna be lit. But we're gonna let that play out. We also gotta see how this Nicki Minaj situation plays out. We gotta see how the Clips album plays out. We gotta see how this Cardi B and Stefon Diggs situation plays out. We gotta see how this 50 Cent situation plays out because he still hasn't. Did 50 speak on this situation yet? Oh, I gotta see if 50. He might just be avoiding the whole situation. Like, man, I just took a L, bro. I don't want to talk about that. You know, 50 be wild, and he the first thing I see on my Instagram. I love this guy's Instagram. Conor McGregor. No, he don't want to talk about it. Yeah, 50 don't want to talk about it right now. So, all right. Well, that's cool too. All right, so we're going to end this with one of my bangers from my upcoming album. We still haven't named the album yet, but this song is called The Rain by your boy Army G. I know this is G Reacts, but Army G, that might be my alter ego. I don't know. But Army G, The Rain, this is a banger. This is one of them songs where when you're going through something and you know you look to the left and the right and you see ain't nobody got your back. You get what I'm saying? Because, you know, everybody, when you dream big, the rain gonna come. Shout out Miss J with the super. Shout out Miss J with the super. Miss J with the super. Shout out Miss J. Is it something? Miss J, what you want me to talk about tomorrow? What you think? You know what we didn't get in today, Miss J? We ain't really get into no it's a little bit quiet right now though. No Kendrick or 50 stuff. I mean Kendrick or Drake stuff. It's a little bit quiet right now. We'll see what comes up tomorrow. I appreciate that 20 gifted, Miss J. You are definitely you're definitely appreciated. You're definitely a big dog out in here in these no lacking streets. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So we gonna catch up with it tomorrow. We gonna stay consistent. I actually like streaming. That was fun. This is my first banger. This is my first 2-hour bang. This I feel like I streamed before, but this is like the real thing. Iceman. Let me see what's going on with the Iceman. Iceman. You know what? And I seen some of that. Where let's go back over to Twitter. Drake with the Iceman situation. Oh man, so Nicki has officially just gone over to Kick. So this is gonna be breaking news right now. Nicki has officially gone over to Kick. She's left Twitch, like I said, because Rock Nation has ties within Twitch. So she's officially made a Kick channel. Now, Kick is the long game, y'all. Kick has not gone public. Kick has not introduced commercials onto their program, their platform. But I would say they're number 3 right behind Twitch. I would say it goes YouTube, Twitch, then Kick, then Rumble. They're right behind. And really, even Rumble has commercials. I think Kick hasn't brought in commercials yet. For the simple fact, I think they're just still gauging what their worth is. But as far as their worth, it's already set in stone. Kick is going to be a major player because Twitch doesn't like you gambling on their website. Kick is literally the home of gambling streams. Gambling streams is a big thing. Even when you go over to YouTube, what does all of your biggest what is your biggest entertainers and just media personalities, what are their biggest advertisers over there on YouTube? DraftKings, FanDuel. This is gambling sites. Kick runs gambling. This is a huge platform. So we got A and Ross who actually, we can talk about that for a second. We got A and Ross who actually was begging Nicki to come over to Twitch.
Okay. I thought it was something that you had to do like weekly or you know. Okay. I thought it was something that you had to do like weekly or you know.
I feel like your fan base, your community, they you know, I know how active you are and stuff like on Twitter. Like you can kind of do it on your own time. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. So perfect. When you get off live, text me so we can talk about some other stuff real quick when you get a chance.
Of course, I got you, Nicki. It's a pleasure to connect and talk.
You too. Thank you, Aiden. Bye.
Bye, Nicki.
W Nicki Minaj.
W Nicki.
Woo. That was W Nicki.
She a legend, man. Wow. Shout out to.
Okay.
That's a bag right there. Aiden probably up like 100 M's on him. But he has a lot of stake in Kick. So really Aiden probably worth like 300-400. Because when they go live with they don't even have commercials on the platform yet. There's no commercials on Kick. I think they're still gauging the worth of it. But like I said, they're the number 3 player. And they run the gambling side of everything. All the gambling streamers, they go to Kick. So let's see Nicki talking to Kai Cenat. Let me see. Let me refresh real quick. I want to see this. As if it plays. All right, so it just ain't gonna play. All right, let me see. Let me put in Kai. There we go.
Yeah, that's about it though. But Twitch is just easier discoverability, and they would be able to find you easier. But Kick is pretty good too, but it's just like it's just fairly new, you know. So
yeah.
And
I know they offered you like to come over there before, right? I think.
Yeah, they did. They have. They do deals and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how are you doing? Otherwise, how's your mom and your sister and your?
I'm doing good. Mom good, sister good, everybody good. I'm doing great.
Okay.
You been good?
Yes. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna text Aiden my number, Kai.
I got you.
And I will talk to him, and then I'll keep you posted. Okay?
All right, Celeste, I got you. I'll send it to him right now.
All right, thanks.
I bet. Yeah.
That's a major player right there. But it also, I'm gonna tell you something else though. This also tells you something else. Drake owns a lot of stake in Kick. Like with his gambling streams. If you didn't know, he's always doing the gambling streams because he owns a lot of stake in Kick, and he wants to bring eyes over there. That's why Drake is always going on Kick. It's very telling that Nicki Minaj has to call Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat for information instead of just getting it from Drake. It's very weird. All right, that tells you a lot about the situation of their relationship. But it also tells you that Nicki can definitely do some damage with the barbs with whatever she picks. She can do some damage. Like, we thought she was bugging with the Queen Radio stuff. Imagine Queen Radio if it was on Twitch. Oh my God. It would do damage. It would, like, everything that she says would be magnified times 1,000,000. Yeah, I think it's very weird, Miss J. It's very weird. Well, Aiden and Drake, they're both Jewish. You caught that? You caught that, Miss J? Yeah, Aiden and Drake, they sound alike because they're both Jewish. They're both Jewish within the black culture. How about that? So that's why they both kind of sound alike. I mean, I'm not nothing wrong with guests inside the black culture. But if the comment is you swear Aiden and Drake sound alike, it's because they're both Jewish in the black culture. They're Jewish people around black people who talk and sound like both sides. That's why they talk alike. Yeah, that's why. But let's look at the Iceman situation. Drake, Iceman. I actually seen something where Drake officially squashes beef with Kendrick on upcoming Iceman record. We're all dogs from the same world, so might as well be good kids in a mad city. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I seen something where the Iceman trucks, like they stock was way up just off him doing that with the trucks and all that. And you know, he just dropped What Did I Miss? I actually like What Did I Miss? I thought it was a good track. I thought it was alright. I thought it was a good track. Yeah, we ain't gonna shade him too much. All right. So we'll be I'm gonna keep up with this Nicki situation because she's scheming. Nicki is scheming. She wanna take somebody's head off. She wanna cut the head off the snake. Nicki is trying to get the head off the snake. And she's low-key posturing towards Jay-Z. So we'll see how that plays out. I actually seen something else, and I alluded to it earlier about how Drake Apple Music sales. Based on current charts as of July 7, 2005 on Apple Music Top 100 Global. Let me see. Like, it's funny how Drake has deals with Apple and Rock Nation is tied to Spotify. Drake runs Apple and Kendrick runs Spotify. And you know, that's where the real war is going on. All right. So we'll be streaming tomorrow around 4 o'clock, Miss J. All right. We're going to do it a little bit earlier in the day, so we ain't up all night. Thanks again for the super. You a big dog out here in these streets. One of the day ones out here in these streets. Yeah, she definitely up to something. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all today, I love y'all. I'm out, y'all. We're going to end this with one of my favorite tracks. Like I said, it's called The Rain, where, you know, if you ain't, everybody gotta go through the rain. If you want to go up, you gotta spend some time being down. And when you down, you're gonna look to the left and the right. And in my case specifically, ain't nobody really had my back. I had a lot of people, did a lot of things for a lot of people on my early go round. I would say in my early 20s. But when it was time for the rain to come, ain't nobody had my back. And it's not like I fell off or anything like that. It's just you go through things. You gotta go through things to grow. And when it was time for me to go through things, it just wasn't nobody there. So I made this song really for like anybody who goes through the rain. Because then I also looked at the world and everybody goes through the rain. At one point or another, everybody goes through the rain. And yeah, that's what makes this a banger. It's going to be on the upcoming album. We haven't named it yet. It's From Me to You. If you ever just feeling like you all by yourself in this thing, you're not all by yourself. You're just like me. I'm completely fine. I done went through everything I wanted to go through. And I'm straight at the end of the day. All right? It's your boy, Wassup J. If anybody said they love y'all, I love y'all. Go ahead, vibe to this. We out, y'all.
Staring in your eyes, know this shit just not the same. Got me fighting tears and holding back this pain. I love you, girl. Tell me that you love me. Got me stuck up in your game. Nobody had my back when it rained. I know you won't. You see a nigga flashing when I'm up, yeah, I'm the same one. But who won't hold it down when the rain come? Better yet, the pain come. Lost some friends when they seen the fame come. No one who had your back, I was the main one. Knowing I'm the one, homie. Nah, we don't run, homie. Mama making sure I keep my gun on me. One up top, I might have my son on me. Ready for action, can't be no dumb, homie. Saying we family, then why you come for me? You was my dummy, but then you changed on me. Had an umbrella back when it rained on me. Charge it to the game, homie. Cut you out, now you can't put the blame on me. When you come around, I'm not the same, homie. Why? Mama would tell me be careful, cause they not your friends. Be careful with them hoes, they want your ends. I love you, mama. When I got that call, they said I lost my best friend. I grabbed my gat, young nigga, had to spin. I had to spin. I told everybody I'm about to make it off rap. Fat boy, the only one that had my back. I love you, nigga. Niggas is tired of running laps, no cap. I put my whole hood on the map. Fact, it's a dub. I ain't coming through your club and get my pole in it. Fans started choosing cause I'm cold with it. Hating from these old niggas. Took a couple losses, I just roll with it. Game needed life, I put my soul in it. It's a dub. I ain't coming through your club and get my pole in it. Fans started choosing cause I'm cold with it. Hating from these old niggas. Took a couple losses, I just roll with it. Game needed life, I put my soul in it. Staring in your eyes, know this shit just not the same. Got me fighting tears and holding back this pain. I love you, girl. Tell me that you love me. Got me stuck up in your game. Nobody had my back when it rained. I know you won't. You see a nigga flashing when I'm up, yeah, I'm the same one. But who gon' hold it down when the rain come? Better yet, the pain come. Lost some friends when they seen the fame come. No one who had your back, I was the main one. Why?